everyone, welcome back to Melbourne Vibe. I hope you're all doing fantastically well. Today's video is part 2 of what to pack when you're coming to Australia. Now, this is purely based for girls, but guys, don't click off just yet, because if you're looking for something to gift your girlfriend, then this is the perfect video for you, because we are going to give you a lot of fashion tips. Also, if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a video. Also, did you know that we have Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, so go and follow us over there. Also, we have a website which is melbournevibe.com where you can go and check out all of the content which is just for you guys. So let's get into the video. Now, depending on what airline you're flying with, you can bring up to 3 bags and around 42 kilos. Just make sure you check that when you buy your plane tickets and before you start packing. You don't want to pay any extra baggage fees because that can work out to be a stupid amount of money. Now, let's have a look at your carry-on luggage. Now, this is generally up to 7 kilos, it's a maximum, and just check the dimensions with your plane ticket as well. So what you're going to want in there is the things that you're going to need quite regularly, such as your passport, plane tickets, your phone, chargers, battery packs, laptop, a book to read whilst you're on the plane. I like to keep an eye mask in there, a neck pillow, moisturizer, things like that, just to keep myself comfortable whilst I'm on the actual flight. And as well, I'd recommend a change of clothes and pajamas, because when you get off the plane, you're going to be exhausted. You'll probably get here at night and want to just go to bed. If you're bringing any medication with you and there's a prescription with it, make sure you bring that prescription just in case customs asks you about it at the airport. And I would recommend bringing at least one adapter for Australia, and this is the adapter that you're going to need. You can also buy these pretty much anywhere in Australia, at supermarkets, at chemists, in the airport itself. So if you can't find one in your home country, it's fine, you'll eventually find one in Australia. Now, when you're packing your big bags, you're most likely going to have 90% clothes in there. When we're talking about clothes, you need to figure out which city you're coming to first, because that's actually going to determine what sort of clothes that you're going to bring with you. And also remember, if you're coming from the northern hemisphere, then your seasons are going to be opposite. So if it's warm in your country in July, remember in Australia, it's going to be pretty cold. Now, let's take Melbourne for example. That's where I am at the moment. Now, in the winter, it gets very cold. It can drop below 5 degrees. So you're gonna want to have like overcoats, rain jackets, big woolly jumpers and things like that. But then in summer, it can get really warm as well, up to 45 degrees on certain days. So you're going to want to have all those summer clothes as well. So I'd recommend a lot of layers. Now in Australia, the warmer months are between November through to March. November, it's like somewhat warm. March, it's somewhat warm. But December through to February, it's the warmer months, it's the summer months. So this is where it's going to be the warmest. Now in Perth, it's above 30 degrees most of the time, and then during the winter in Perth, it drops below 10. And in Brisbane, the summers are very tropical and they're very humid and sticky. I don't really enjoy the Brisbane summer, but in winter, it doesn't get that cold. The nights drop around 10 degrees, but the days are beautiful and you can pretty much go to the beach all year round, which is great. And then for Sydney, it has amazing summers. It's mostly sunny. It sits around 25 to 30 degrees on an average, which is great. You can go to the beach almost every single day. Although in the winter time, it can get quite cold. It drops below 10 degrees. And surprisingly, it is one of the wettest cities in Australia. It actually rains more than Melbourne, which I was quite surprised about, to be honest. And then you've got Adelaide, where the summers are quite dry and warm. It's only really May through to July that the nights get cold, but the days are pretty nice. Now, the things that I would recommend bringing are 5 pairs of shoes. Personally, I'd probably bring more, but 5 pair minimum. Now, that would include your workout shoes, a pair of heels that you can wear out to clubs as well as to the office if you decide to work in an office, a pair of flats that are very versatile, something that's also dressy and casual at the same time. So if you don't want to wear the heels, you can still wear something flat. Also, I would recommend a pair of sandals, because in summer in Australia, no matter where you are, it's going to get really hot and you're not going to be wanting to walk around in like boots or runners all the time. I'd also recommend bringing a pair of flip-flops, which we actually call thongs in Australia. Now, this is purely for the fact that you can wear these very easily to the beach, but also if you end up in questionable hotels, motels, or caravan parks, you're going to want to wear something on your feet when you go to the shower. So when it comes to toiletries, put the rest in the big bags. You're not going to need everything on your carry-on. Also, I would recommend just having travel size bottles of everything because that's going to save you luggage. Liquids take up a lot of space and weight. Also, it's going to be really handy to have these little travel size bottles when you do weekend away or week trips once you're actually in Australia. And then when it comes to makeup, if you wear makeup and you're worried about what you're actually going to get in Australia, I'm going to leave 2 websites down below in the description. One is Mecca, that's where all the more high-end makeup is sold, and one is Priceline, which is where all the drugstore makeup is sold. Go and check those 2 links out. See if they sell what you're used to and what you want to buy, and also see if they have your color matches. If they don't, then bring backups of foundation, concealer and things like that. If they do, then don't worry about it because you can buy it here in Australia. Also, when it comes to makeup in Australia, there's not really any rules. Like, everybody kind of does what they want, and makeup's a pretty big thing here, so if you want to go crazy, go crazy. If you don't want to wear makeup, nobody cares. I'd also recommend bringing a small backpack with you, because not only is this going to be super handy if you're going to uni, so you can keep things in there like snacks and books and extra pens and whatnot, but also when you go on day trips, you're going to want to take extra things like a camera with you. Now, when it comes to hair tools like straighteners, hair dryers, hair curlers, things like that, you want to check that your voltage is okay to come across to Australia. So basically what that means, if you're from America or Canada, then your voltage is 110. Australia's is 230. If you bring your hair tools over to Australia and plug them in without a voltage converter, then you're going to kill your products. They're just going to explode and you won't be able to use them. If you're coming from places like Asia and Europe, then you should be fine because it's all basically the same anyway. So what I would recommend bringing, this is pretty much versatile for every single city that you would be going to. Now, I would recommend at least 3 winter sweaters. This is going to get you through, and in maybe Sydney or Melbourne, I'd bring more, or a big overcoat and a rain jacket, because the winters, as I said, last longer than most of the other cities, and they're a lot colder than most of the other cities. Now, when it comes to pants, I'd bring at least 2 to 3 pairs of pants. I'd bring jeans, and I'd bring at least 1 pair of formal pants, so like an office type pant. Now, the office type pant will obviously be handy if you get a job in an office, if you have an internship, if you have volunteer work, and you can also wear these if you work in hospitality. So if you do waitressing or if you work in a kitchen, you're going to need black pants to wear anyway. I would also recommend bringing ripped jeans if you're happy to wear them. They're quite in fashion and they have been for quite some time in Australia. Also, the fashion in Australia, I'll just let you guys know that it's very European, especially in Sydney and Melbourne. So generally people get pretty dressed up for even the most casual of events, even just going out for breakfast. They'll wear like a nice pretty dress, some heels, a nice shirt or pants. I'd also recommend bringing 2 to 3 skirts with you. If you're not really into skirts and dresses, obviously bring more pants and shorts. In the way of shorts, probably 2 to 3 pairs of shorts as well to get you through the summer months. Now, with the skirts, make sure that they're versatile so that you can actually wear them through summer as well as winter. Pair some tights underneath, wear them with boots in the winter, and also bring something for the office as well, because you never know when an opportunity is going to come up where you can work in an office if you get a job, or there's going to be internships again, as I said before. Now, I'd also recommend bringing at least 5 to 7 shirts or t-shirts with you. If you wear more pants or skirts, then obviously double this number because you're obviously going to need more if you're not wearing dresses. I'd recommend that they be versatile, so something that you can wear not only to the office, you can wear it out and you can be casual with it as well. Something that's going to be able to be layered as well, so you can put jackets over the top of it just in case it does get cool. Also, I'm going to let you guys know that I know this is not quite common in a lot of places around the world, but for women in particular, you can actually wear singlets to work. Now, when I say singlets, I mean like the thick strapped singlets. So as long as they're quite a thick strap, you can still sort of bare your shoulders. You can even wear these in corporate, but also bring a blazer with you as well, because I find the air conditioning absolutely freezing in offices in Australia, so you're gonna probably freeze. And speaking about the cold, I'm gonna recommend that you bring a scarf, a beanie, gloves. If you're used to the cold weather, then Melbourne and Sydney particularly is probably gonna really shock you. Now for me, I prefer to wear dresses most of the time, so if it was me packing, I would bring mostly dresses, but on a minimum scale, I would recommend at least 1 formal dress, 2 to 3 going out dresses, and then 2 to 3 casual dresses as well. This is going to get you through the summer. You can pair them with leggings again or stockings to get you through the winter as well, and put heels or boots with them. Also, don't forget to match them with the shoes that you're actually bringing with you, because you don't want to get here and then none of your shoes match and then you don't have an outfit anymore. Now, as you're all probably well aware, Australia is the land of the beaches, so don't forget to bring your swimwear or bathers. Recommend for the autumn months, which is what we're in at the moment, I would recommend bringing light long sleeve shirts where it's not cold enough yet for a jumper, but it's not warm enough yet to wear like cap sleeves, and a light jacket just in case it does get a little bit snappy. Now obviously you're going to want to bring your workout wear as well, so a jumper, a shirt, leggings, whatever you wear to work out. But did you know that in Australia, especially Melbourne and Sydney, it is quite acceptable to wear them out just all day as day wear? A lot of people do it, and you can be super comfortable and look like you just come from the gym. Now, in the way of going out wear, one thing you might be worried about is, what do I wear on a night out? What do I wear to a bar? What do I wear to a club? One suggestion I have for you guys is to go and find popular clubs and pubs in the cities that you are going to move to, and go to their Facebook pages. Go and have a look at the photos that they post of the people that are there, because that's going to give you the best idea of what people in those cities are wearing on a night out. Now, when it comes to snacks, just bring the bare minimum. Don't bring too much. A, it's going to take up a lot of luggage, and B, you don't really need it. I would just recommend this for the first couple of nights. When you get to Australia, like I said, it could be late, you want to eat something and want to just go to bed. This is probably going to get you through for the first couple of days. I would just recommend getting involved in trying Australian food. Also, there's so many different multicultural grocery stores all over the cities that you're going to find little bits and pieces from your own country anyway, so it's not a big deal to bring things from home. And also bring the minimum of cooking wear, so maybe just a plate, bowl, cup, some knives, forks, maybe just a pan to cook with if you really want to. But we've got a thing called Kmart here, you guys might have heard of it, where you can buy cooking utensils for less than $5. You can also buy clothes, shoes, pretty much anything here at a really discounted price. So if you forget something, go to Kmart or the supermarket. You're gonna find exactly what you need anyway. It's not a big deal if you forget things. I hope you really enjoyed this video, guys. This is the basics of what I would suggest that you bring to Australia. Obviously change them to your styles and tastes. Now, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to go and subscribe to our channel and follow us on all our social media accounts. Hit up our melbournevibe.com website for all of the content that's on there as well. And don't forget to share this video with all of your friends and family. And welcome to Melbourne Vibe.